so nice to be here. I have many great friends and acquaintances that come from Canada. Not all of them musicians. Yesterday I was in Folsom, California, where there's a famous prison made famous by Johnny Cash in a song. A lot of my friends said I would wind up in Folsom someday, but I was there for the Segway Polo Championships. Segway, an unusual two-wheeled device. Unusual devices that are different than life before are what attract geeks and computer followers and those looking for the next gadget, the next new different way to do things. Well, I had to pull out my iPhone and run Foursquare and check in to Folsom Prison. I drove by the prison, I checked in, I left a little tip saying, get your reservation early and request a top bunk. This degree is very important to me. I will cry over it. It is as meaningful as anything I've ever gotten in my life, and today is one of those incredibly meaningful days. There's often a distinction between technology and humanness. Who's more important, the human or the technology? We had a gentleman, a classical musician, that came into Apple and talked to Steve Jobs and myself in the garage, and he told us that when you build a piece of technology, you can put a lot of work into it, software or hardware, to make it natural and obvious and easy to use for a human being. Then you have placed the human being at the top of the chain. If you simply put in every feature in the world and every ability and let the human being modify their normalness to learn how to use it, you've placed the technology higher as the master and the human being more as the slave. Obviously, we think in a way we don't want the human being to be the slave, we want the human being to be the master. We want to build things around the human being as though they're the center of the universe. Things that are easy and very much like the human brain have always attracted me as the way to go. When it's easier and fewer steps I have to negotiate to get there. When I first had a Newton message pad, the first day I had it, I just wrote on a piece of paper a reminder about my daughter, Sarah, dentist, Tuesday, 2 p.m. And I saw a little button called Assist. I didn't know what it did, and I clicked it. Opened up a calendar program. It popped in all the data, the right time and day, and the right person. I said, oh my gosh, this is the way I think. Sarah, dentist, 2 p.m. I just write it, and it does it. I could write messages like call Jim, click Assist, and it would go beep, 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 and call Jim. I thought, my God, that's the way my brain works. I don't have to think about a new structure that's on computers. I don't like today's computer structure. It's too complicated. I don't like remembering which app to run and which buttons to press to get what done. And I'm doing it all day long very efficiently and fast and proud of myself. I don't like doing it. I like picking up a phone and speaking commands into it. I like to say, navigate to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Montreal. I like to say, call Janet, mobile. I like to pick up my phone and say, email Janet, I'm on stage right now, period. And have it done. And I think every single app in the future, I would much rather speak to the natural thought that I have rather than follow a bunch of procedures I have learned. Robotics is in our future. We talk about humans and androids. When is machine intelligence going to be like human intelligence? When is it going to have feelings, motives? When is it going to get up and create a speech to an audience like this on its own? When is it going to create poetry that has references to human-like experiences? Well, I think when will a robot be able to make a cup of coffee in my house? Most of you could walk in my house and you might be able to figure out how to make a cup of coffee then. Imagine a robot having to stumble over all the different surfaces and walk, determine what is a kitchen. How do you know what a kitchen is? You've learned it all your life from seeing them. What is a coffee machine? You look around, you look for words, you look for clues, you open drawers and look for parts. This robot, we think we can program something to know how to do it from day one, but really it's going to have to go through a learning process like humans to really be able to do these jobs we want so badly. There are so many openings for robotics in our life, washing the dishes, washing my car. I don't care if a little robot goes outside and takes all night long, 8 hours, to wash my car, 1 square centimeter at a time. It's done in the morning. I would love that little device. Well, we have a relationship with androids already. We have built the technology of the world. Everything we wear, everything we eat, everything we touch has been made possible at today's prices. How much we can have because of machinery and robotics, and it's all computer controlled now. So the androids have really already won. You know, we'll fire people once in a while, but we'll never get rid of the tools of production. And where's it going to go in the future? We've got things easy. We're inventing machinery to make things easy for humans, so we can just sit back and be served tea and coffee by these androids and these robots someday. We're making ourselves less relevant. I hope they treat us as well as we would want them to. They aren't there yet, but it's not too far off. We have a lot of great problems in the world. Problems of resources, problems of humanity, problems with wars. And the solutions, in my mind, are all with engineers, with mathematics, with figuring out how to build things, create things, and change this world and improve it. That's your job. Thank you very much.